This face is really just, I drank a bunch of coffee this morning, but now I'm crashing.
I had assumed tiredness was the actual face, but like the tired walk just made you look very serious and severe. So when you clicked in, I just had this moment of like, oh crap, is my desk neat? Do I look clean? Am I doing my work?
All right. We are a couple minutes over and unsure who is all joining us today, so might as well kick it off. Small group. Run through the items we have, and then, as always, leave it open for Q&A. I'll go ahead and pin the community meeting document in chat. Feel free to add yourself as an attendee. Besides that, welcome everyone to the Lula community meeting for January 27th, 2025. We have a couple items on our agenda today, just for more, I'd say, awareness than anything else. And then, with that, looking to continue on with 2025. Working down the list, I think really just call outs. So draft roadmap, again, very, very early, rough draft, open to lots of comments, concerns, questions. I see now that I am sharing one specific tab. Can be found in a draft PR on the Lula repository. And so just kind of outlining some of the specifics, which are something that I'd rather like to show rather than just talk about. So let's change that window. So on the roadmap draft, just calling out some areas that we're looking to improve, more the API domain, workflow updates, validation, library improvements, OSCAL, SSPs, and then formatting is, I think, beginning to map what some of this OSCAL data looks like in consumable artifacts for others who need it in something other than OSCAL, which I think is some feedback that we've been receiving. So we want to look into this and say, what does it look like? What is the scope? And then, kind of just brainstorming further out where we can, room for changing, pivot, priorities, etc. But specifically getting to more completion with the OSCAL models, assessment plans, POAMs. I think they're still side to side which way do these things fall, but getting in general support for the Lula kind of workflow for OSCAL and generating these artifacts, assessing more of systems rather than single components. Kind of already something we can do with Validate today. If you import your component definitions into other component definitions and stack them that way. More of a focus on the system perspective, and then more underlying improvements to libraries and looking at packaging. Compose, I think, could be bucketed into a similar category of collecting the things, but packaging more generically of you have a authorization package that you need to submit as part of some activity, whether that be something like FedRAMP or a different organization that is evaluating these artifacts. They may not always be something that you can just centrally locate in a GitHub repository, access controls, all permissions, all of that stuff. And so how do you take your OSCAL, package it up, and put it into something that you could, deliver to whoever this authority is in some way, shape, or form, is something that we want to look at for applicable pattern. I'll tell you that Q3, Q4, I'd say very TBD. Some areas that we know we want to improve: reporting coverage, console coverage, more tutorials based things for where might you find relevant, examples of fun things to be doing. Files domain, I think, is always an area where it provides this neat, gap or bridge between a gap that exists with, hey, doing something natively with a very specific client, and then getting your output and then evaluating that with Lula. I think there's some neat capabilities there. So that is free for all. Comments, drop anything and everything you think want something that is missing from here that you would like to see addressed, or maybe you have an idea and it's bucketed under something more generically, and you'd like more clarity on that. Do intend to maybe make these things a little bit more verbose, but just wanted to get them out so that people had a medium for commenting on it. As I left in the Slack channel, I did to call out the validation refactor ADR. And so hoping just to get more broader awareness on that for the community as well. Why are we doing these things? What does it mean? What is some of the intent? Can be captured here. If you have comments, then it's a great place to drop those and go ahead and get some feedback. Feedback for us, feedback for others who want to understand the implications. If you're already ingesting maybe Lula as a library, then this could be very applicable. So I'd say go ahead and check that out. And then otherwise, yeah, just our work in progress. If you want to see the things that are in flight, a lot of that I think can be seen in our pull requests, but we do have a project board. Feel free to check it out. And if you want to get involved, I would say by all means, send a message to the Slack channel. Let us know what kind of things you're looking at. If there's things you would like to experiment with regards to using Lula. All of that is fair game for kind of like tossing out in the Slack channel. We can more than assist, as well as discuss here if interested. With that, does anybody have any comments, questions, anything that we can help answer?
Hey, Brent. So this is Harpreet. So I actually requested access to that meeting template. I don't know if you're able to see that. I don't know who it goes to.
Oh, the meeting notes here, or?
Yes.
Great question. I think you might just have to have access to the group, which is troublesome if you don't have access to this document.
Yeah, because I clicked on that. I clicked on that link that's in our chat, and when I click on it, it just says request edit access, and so I did.
Oh, edit access. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So if you get access to the document,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to do that. And then I think if you join this Google group,
Okay.
I believe that should give you the ability. So we have 12 members here currently. It already bumps me into probably this view, but I think you should have like a join the group view.
Yes. Clicking on that now. Let me see. So it says an error occurred when trying to join the group. Let me try again. Oh, I think I am officially in the group.
Awesome. Then I would refresh the document page,
Okay.
see if that gives you edit access.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, yep. Yes, it does. Awesome. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate working through that in real time because I was uncertain that that would resolve everything.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Outside of that, open the floor to any of the other Lula team members. Is there anything else that we wanted to call out today? Can't think of much. I've got this lingering promise to make the community meeting a little bit more engaging from people doing work on the project and what those insights might look like. That's a work in progress for me. Cool. With no outstanding questions, I would say, yeah, thanks everyone for joining. We'll conclude today and hopefully have a more exciting weekly meeting when we have more exciting things to demo. So release this week, Friday. I'd say more than applicable to jump into next week and say, here's the release. Let's go over what the changes were and maybe find something neat to demo.
Awesome. Thanks all.